My name is Brian Van Dyne. As you can see, I'm doing dump truck stuff. Getting pretty dirty, you know. So basically what I wanted to show you, I've been working on this dump truck and I'm doing the brake job. And so here's what I've been doing. The S-cam bushings on this S-cam were shot. And so I had to replace that whole S-cam. And I also just replaced the slack adjuster for the heck of it. You know, because once you're in it that far, you might as well just replace the slack adjuster. It's not that much harder to pull that off. So I just basically want to go through with you guys how to replace an S-cam on International. And it's pretty simple. You take the wheels off. You take the brake pads off. And then you basically take all these bolts off that go around this, right? Take them all the way off, and that frees this whole bracket up, right? And then you can also, it works best if you take these 4 bolts off too that hold this, this part of the S-cam off, right? And then the S-cam just slides out this way. But unless you take all these bolts off that go all the way around, you're not going to be able to get it because it'll hit where the studs go in, right? So let me just break down with you a parts kit for one of these S-cams. It is specific to which side you are putting on the truck, right? So the passenger side is different than the driver's side, right? So make sure you got the right one for the right side, right? And the best way to do that is, you know, just be aware of the orientation of this S-cam when you pull it out, right? Make sure it goes back in the same way, right? And so another way of knowing, like let's say you space, right? Okay, you space. Okay, when the brake chamber releases, or you push the brake, right? The S-cam goes this way, right? Correct? Yep. And if it's going this way, the S-cam will roll this way, right? Which causes the rollers to spread out. They spread out. So that's another way of knowing, if you got the right S-cam for the right side. Okay, so you ready to put the S-cam back in. The first thing you want to put on the S-cam is this piece. This is the shield right here for the rollers. So they can't fall out. At least that's what it's supposed to be. That and kind of a heat shield, right? Then the next piece that goes in is one of these bushings, right? This goes in, and then you have your seal, which goes in like this, right? So let me just show you roughly a new S-cam bushing versus an old one, right? Let me go get a can of brake clean so you guys can see this real good. And there's a really easy way to check your S-cams. Oh, yeah, I'm getting old. I am sorry for giving you a hard time and talking crap about you. Yeah, I appreciate that. Okay, so let's just clean this off real quick. Ooh, don't go nowhere. I want to show you guys kind of what the difference is, just so you can see what. Okay, so inside of here, there's a little groove, right? You can see the groove. See the difference on the groove? See how shallow this groove is? It's because it's basically, the inside of this has worn out, right? And it's got some scoring right here from when I beat it out of the shaft, right? Okay, so the best way to get the bushing out of here and the old seal out is you take, you know, just an old one of these or a socket, and you put it in there and you pound it out, and it'll basically pop out that way, right? Okay, so here's a quick test on how to check if your S-cam bushing is good. You just wiggle it like this, right? There can't be any pressure on anything, you know, brake-wise. So if it wiggles, then you got a bad one. Okay, we won't be able to test this because it's got the springs and stuff on. Yeah, dude, I told you it was going to be a long one, you know. But I'm almost done, right? I got the S-cam out. Okay, so here, let's take a look at the S-cam, and I'll show you what wears on the S-cam. Okay. So you can see right here, see this lip right here? There's definitely a lip right there and also right there. That's where it started to come in contact with the seal because the bushing itself was wore out. And then basically what happens is once the bushing wears out, then it destroys the seal, right? So let's see if I can find the old seal laying around here. Here's a seal. So you can clearly see the seal was toast on this, you know. It started to wear extremely right on this side. That was probably like the bottom where the S-cam was resting, and it just wore the bottom oblong shaped, right? So when you're changing your brakes, when you take the pads off, just give it a shake real quick, and, you know, don't shake it more than twice or you're playing with it, you know. And then, you know, if it's solid, then slap it together. If it's loose, then you should probably change it. Because basically, brakes are very touchy, and the DOT is very touchy about brakes. You know, they only give you a certain amount of play before they say, okay, those parts are worn out, replace them. You know, and they'll shut you down if you don't have your stuff, you know, tight. It's got to be tight, and, you know, brakes are very important. And I try and make it a priority, you know, for my trucks, you know. Sometimes, you know, things get pushed, and you got to kind of work with it. But brakes is one of those things where it's got to be addressed as soon as possible, you know. And so one of the issues that I ran into with these automatic slack adjusters is this nut right here that holds this bracket. You got to check those because they will loosen up on you. And then what will happen is there's two things that can happen. One, it can break this bracket right here, right? Because the S-cam is moving, you know, too much, right? I've had that happen before where that bracket broke. Another thing that can happen is your slack adjuster won't adjust properly. At least I'm 99% sure that's how that works. But I could be wrong. I don't know. You know, so I'm not really... I haven't taken any real classes or anything about this type of stuff. So I'm just giving you guys, you know, my best knowledge as being an owner of dump trucks for, you know, going on 5 years. This is my experience, right? So take it as, you know, face value, right? So, yep. One of the best tools for doing brakes. Oh, yeah. This sucker right here. You got to have one of these screwdrivers that you kind of just file a little notch in. And this is how you put these on. You just put it on, and you can use all your weight to push that spring on. And trust me, that's the easiest way to do it. Got to have one of these. It's just a homemade tool that works amazing. So let me show you another thing about brakes, right? Okay, so we got our brake kit right here, right? So if you're looking at the brake drum yourself, on the International, there's two sides, right? This side is the stationary side, and this side is the S-cam side, right? On the S-cam side, this is where the, let's see, in the parts kit. Oh, great, that had brake clean on it. Nummy. Okay, so you have this little thing right here. Here's the trick to getting these in. Me and, you know, Blake were talking about this on the phone. Like, what's the best way to get these damn things in here? Here's how you do it. You put it in like this. You set it down in the hole, right? So it's just sitting there like that. And then you take your hammer. Where'd my hammer go? Take your little mini sledge. And you just give it a tap. There we go, just like that. Simple, easy peasy. Remember, these always go on the S-cam side. At least with this particular model. So, it goes down in there. No, up through here. And then down in the hole, just like that. And then you just tap it in. Boom. Oh, no, it's all good. It's all good, John. He's mostly a troll anyway, so, you know, serves him right. I'm trying to teach people out here how to do brakes and stuff, and there's always some, you know, jackwagon trying to freaking cause ruckus. Okay, so now, here's the best way to do this. Okay, so then you're going to want to set your brake down just like this. This is the stationary side. See the stationary side? So it's going to go just like that. Then you take the top brake pad. Right, and these brake pads, I'm replacing these, but these did not have a lot of wear on them. Okay, if you're looking at these pads, let me show you what the legal limit is. Okay, 1/4 inch on the linings. So you see that mark right there? See right here? This is when the pad gets down to that line, that's when you have to change them legally, right? A lot of people go past that. Some people don't. Let me just show you real quick how good these pads are. I'm going to change them anyways because I'm already on it. See the pad? See the pad? See the thickness? See the thickness? See the thickness. Okay, so the center of the pad wears the fastest, right? That's why it's thicker. Run them to the rivets, yeah. Some people do that. Some people, I've heard of guys putting bigger S-cams in, or rollers in to run them further. I've even heard of that. Can you believe that? Some guys are so cheap, instead of replacing the pads, they just buy the $5 roller that's a little bit thicker, right? And that gets you that much more life out of it. But that's, you know, if you get caught doing that kind of stuff, you're probably going to get red flagged. Yep. So you can see these pads are not really worn that much. I mean, I would say they are probably at about half life. But because we had a sloppy S-cam and you know, the slack adjuster wasn't working properly, just change them. It's only a couple $100, right? Don't jump over dollars to pick up dimes when it comes to brakes. You know, so it's just that, you know, brakes are not complicated, you know, systems. They're pretty simple. You know, just replace the parts and you'll save yourself a lot of headache. Okay, so let me show you how to put these on. Here's the easiest way to put these on. Okay, so first things first, you take this big spring, you hook it on there, just like that, right? And I'm going to even do this one-handed because I'm that good at this, right? You go like this, you hook it. See that? See how they're hanging? Just like that. Then you come over here, one-handed. This is how many times I've done this. Okay, you get it setting right on there, just like that, right? And then, make sure you don't ruin that spring. Okay. So, oh yeah, another thing I want to make sure you guys are aware of this. I forgot to tell you. When you put these bolts back in that hold the S-cam bracket in place, right next to the S-cam, there's 3 of them that go in reverse, right? That way they don't interfere with the spring and they don't interfere with the S-cam itself. Let me just, let me show you on this one because it's easier to see. See that one? Instead of the threads coming out on this side, they go that way. And there's 3 of them. That's very important that you remember that part. Okay, so now, okay, see now how we got it just like that? Okay, now we're ready to use this fancy tool that I made. This is the easy part right here. Okay, so what I like to do is I will hook the top side because it's easier to push my weight downwards, right? So we're gonna get this right where it's supposed to sit. Right? Oh, the guy's coming out. There we go. Okay, see how that's sitting? I'm doing this one-handed and I'm filming this. This is how easy this is. Guys struggle with this type of thing all the time. Okay, take the tool, put it right on the... It's magnetized now. Can you believe that? Okay, this guy's being slippery. Oh, doing this one-handed is tough. Okay, so I got it. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push my weight down. One-handed is tough. And keeping the camera rotated just right. Okay, here we go. Ready? Okay, it's barely on there. Take your little sledgehammer.
Let me know if I can help.
Oh, crumb. It didn't go. Okay, let's do it again. See, this is why it's nice when you got 2 hands to do this type of stuff. It makes it a whole lot easier. Okay, we're gonna do this instead.
I don't know what you mean by, okay, we're gonna do this.
Shut up, Siri. Come on. Okay, I'm setting you guys down to do this. One-handed is just not working out that good. There we go. There we go. I don't know if you guys got to see that, but there's one. Now we do the second one. That, guys. Okay, right here. Okay, maybe not. I'll just one-handed too, since it's so easy. All right, just like that. Just take this screwdriver, just like that. See, I'm doing that. Put all your weight on it. Boom. just like that. And then you can boom, just like that. Pushed it right in. Oh yeah, I put my hard hat on because it started raining everywhere. And as you can see, everything's soaking wet. And the raincoat I got don't have a hood on it. So, keeps my head dry, keeps my beard, you know, from getting all moist. So, we're good. So, okay, so now we got the next step, the rollers. Okay, these rollers, here's how you do this. These right here, they just go on these rollers right here, just like this. You put one on one side. Okay, let's do this. Set you guys like that. So you take this little spring and it just goes on just like that. Ta-da! You do both of them just like that. Ta-da! Just like that. Okay, now for this next part, the roller is gonna sit in there basically like this. Right? So we're gonna use a crowbar and we're gonna push down on this and set it in there, right? And then we'll slowly put a little bit of pressure and just enough so we can squeeze this and put it right in those two holes, just like that. Okay, so let's get the crowbar. Right? See how I set the crowbar? Just like that. Just enough to even do this one-handed too. Okay, so just like that. Don't put your fingers in there, because if that crowbar slips, see how I just did that? Easy peasy. I gotta get the crowbar out now. Stuck on this stupid drop axle. There we go. Okay, now do the top. Yeah. No, the rollers do come out. Trust me. They do come out. On this exact axle, this exact one right here, 2 months ago, the rollers were missing. And I took it all apart because the drum was showing no signs of wear, right? So I took the tire off, took the brake pads off, and I noticed, boom, yes, truck's going to work tomorrow. So I noticed no rollers. I knew it from the very beginning because I looked, when you look inside the tire at the brake pads, like from this angle, when you got 1/4 of an inch in between the pads and the drum, there's a serious problem, right? And another thing you can notice, here's another reason why I'm changing these pads. Let me just show you real quick here. Okay. Give me a second here. So this pad is the bottom pad. Compare it to the top pad. See how this one has way more wear? Put it in the center so you can see the center. It's slightly more worn. This is the bottom pad, right? And because it was missing the rollers, it was dragging on the drum slightly. And it wore it out a little bit more. Yeah. Here's the thing. Here's what I'll say. Okay, if you put these round rollers in, you have to have the clips. Put the clips on. It's worth it. It's not that hard to put these clips on. Now, let me show you another style roller. This is my favorite style roller. it's a better style roller to me. Okay, see how it's square? See how this one's round? This one's an old one. This one's brand new. See the style? See how this is so round? Without the clip, it rocks a lot more. This one's square, so it doesn't rock as much. These are better, in my opinion. And they even have little grips. Right? That's an old one. But it's still in decent shape. If you take a micrometer to it, you can, a caliper, you can see what the amount of wear is on it. And it's basically new compared to these. So, let's see. Okay, so this one is going to go in here just like this. And then I'll push this clip in just like that. That's how easy it is to get it in. One-handed. Watch this. This is going to be a little bit more tricky than the last one. Mainly because, let's see. This drop axle was in my way for this crowbar. There we go. Finger remover 5. Yeah, especially doing it one-handed, right? Okay, we're gonna just do it like this. Okay, I got a small breaker bar. Okay, we gonna do this. Woo! Yeah, buddy. Finger remove 5,000. Here we go. This one's already all greased up too. Oh, okay, starting to get a cramp in my leg. Woo! Okay. Okay, it's almost sitting on there, right? So now we gotta do this one-handed. Okay, screw that. I'm not gonna risk my fingers on this for you guys. Hopefully you can see. Hopefully that's a good angle right there. Basically, just put that in. Gosh dang it. This is how you lose a finger. Whoo, okay, let's get this thing. This bar is so greased up. I'm afraid it's gonna slip on me. You jinxed me, Blake. You jinxed me. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now, this thing's gonna be stubborn for me. Let's get on this side. I feel more comfortable on this side. Okay, there we go. Got it. Okay, so the little clips, it's in there, right where it's supposed to be. But as you can see, the brake needs to be adjusted in order for me to get the drum on. I gotta back it up so these rollers sit right in these spots. And that's a 7/16, right? 7/16 down here. Right there. So, let's see if you guys can. I freaking hate adjusting these automatic slack adjusters. They are such a pain. Especially with a small wrench like this. Well, the pry bar to the hub. Yeah, that way it doesn't slip, right? Whew, everything gets slick over here on the concrete pad. Let me tell you what, it's getting slick. Okay. We're just gonna do this. Okay, 1 second. I need to air up the truck too and make sure it's got 100% air with the brakes released. That way it's just easier. And yes, don't even ask, I got the tires chalked. This ain't my first rodeo. Okay. Da, 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 da. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Contact. Woo! She's rolling. All right. Let's build the air pressure up. We've been sitting here for a couple hours. It's got wheels on the other side, Blake. Oh yeah, it's charged. We're good. Alright. We're getting there. I already did the driver's side. They're both rolling over there. Yeah, I chalked the floor jack. I didn't even put, I should have put jack stands down, but I got lazy this time. I did, I got lazy. Okay, we're gonna build the air pressure and then shut the truck off. So what are you guys up to today? See, this is one of the reasons why, this is one of the main reasons why I decided to sell my old truck, is because, like for today example, if I was out working in the old Pete today, I would have had to have my wife go get the parts, right? And there would have been a chance that she got the wrong parts, right? That's a chance. And then when I got back at 7 o'clock, I'd be working in the dark, right? And so I would, on a job like this, I'd end up probably working till, you know, if I got back at 7, probably midnight, 1 o'clock, and then I've got to be up by 6 again to hammer it the next day. With a job like this, you know, you want to be able to take your time and do it right and not mess up, you know. Got my coolant leaks fixed, half the hose clamps weren't tight. Yeah, that sucks, Blake. Another thing I noticed that I'm not very happy with is on my Peterbilt, like half the hose clamps are those spring ones. They're not even the ones you tighten. If the slack adjuster is the ratcheting style, put a stick on the brake pedal about 30 pounds and air pressure. The slack adjuster will ratchet easy instead of stripping them out. The Pete hasn't sold yet, but I got a potential buyer coming to look at it this weekend. So that's good news. Yep, this one's got, no, this one doesn't have a Cummins in it. It's got a Cat C13. Okay. Let me check if I release the brakes. Yeah, if it goes, that would be a nice chunk of change sitting in the bank, you know. Nice down payment on another new truck. So, once we get, you know, the house built, of course. Okay, brake's still in. Any word on the crusher? Yeah, the word is they're on Chinese holiday right now. And so, they haven't shipped it yet. I was a little disappointed about that. I was expecting them to ship it like last Friday, give or take. And then they're on Chinese holiday right now, which is like celebration of like their ancestors and stuff. So, I mean, it is what it is, you know. They got their holidays, we got our holidays, you know, so. Except for as an owner, you don't really have any holidays. Okay. All right, let's adjust this stupid thing. I hate adjusting these with this small little ratchet. Okay, let's see. Okay, perfect. Ugh. Okay. Just like that. That's what you want them to look like when you're putting a new set of drums on. You want those suckers as tight as they can get. Right? That way the drum slides on easy. So, that one's ready. That one still needs to be adjusted. Okay. Where did I put that? 7/16. That's 1/2 inch. Here's the 7/16. Let me go put this back one on. Adjust it. What we're looking at here. What we're looking at. It's gonna be really hard to see because it's getting dark. Here's the adjusting screw right here on the bottom of the slack adjuster. But you guys can just sit here and watch me adjust this thing. Oh, wrong way. You know what you're going to want when it doesn't click. What the heck? Oh, gotta love this. This is hard on the hands. As you can tell, this one, the brake pads were pretty worn. That's why it's taken quite a bit to adjust them. All right. Let's give that a shot. All right, let's give that a shot. I'm gonna set you guys right here while I lift these drums up. Put them on. That brake needs to be adjusted more. Like it does not want to go on. Okay. Let me get a ratchet. Okay, there we go. Let me tell you what. A ratchet
Just to confirm, you'd like to call Taylor John's cousins. Mobile?
No.
I will not then. Who would you like to call?
Nobody.
Okay, I won't.
Okay, I see what it is. Starting to get dark, guys. And this thing's slack adjuster is going easy on me. Okay, that looks like it's all the way in now. That might be a little bit easier. Come on. What's happening is, there we go. Stupid, there we go. The studs. Whoo! Okay, this thing, sometimes when you're pushing it on there, you don't have the brakes adjusted all the way in. Whoo! The axle turns with the freaking drum, so it's not lining up the studs to the drum. And it's a pain in the butt. Whew, that's why you gotta have those brakes adjusted all the way in, or else it's a complete pain like you just seen me go through all that headache. So best option is freaking grab a long ratchet with the 7/16 on it and adjust them in that way. So much easier than a small little open end wrench like I had. I'm gonna do that from now on. From now on, that's how I'm doing it. Okay. Now you guys get to watch my butt as I put this other one on. Don't worry, not gonna show any crack, I promise. Do it from the side. You really gotta watch your fingers when you go to do this. It's best if you just bear hug the thing like this. Boom. Woo! Okay, we back in business, boys. Okay, next step, put the damn tires on, tighten them down, then adjust the brakes, set it down, ready to rock and roll. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you enjoy a live stream on me doing the brakes, changing the S-cam, and the slack adjuster. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you learned something. If not, you know, I'm sure there's 20 million other videos out there showing it, probably better than I do. So, thanks for tuning in. You know, don't forget to pound that like button, pound that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. We got over 700 videos, you know, quite a bit of views. You know, channel's growing. Join the membership. Not as entertaining. You guys have a good one. You know, I'm gonna sleep well tonight. I'm about to get my Milwaukee pack out so I can finish this job up. I'll tell you what, if you guys are, you know, a dump truck owner and you end up working late into the night, these Milwaukee pack outs, they are worth their weight in gold. Let me tell you, they are worth their weight in gold. And get the biggest battery you can for it. I got the most expensive battery for this thing, and let me tell you what, I am not disappointed in this thing, because let me just show you. Boom. That thing is money. It makes my life so much easier when I'm working on trucks, you know, into the dark. So, you know, I got to finish this job up. It's going to take me probably another, I mean, realistically, it should only take 20 minutes to put those tires on. But the problem is I got a really tiny air compressor, you know, so I got to wait for the air compressor to catch up so I can zip those dang nuts on. You can see the air compressor I got is it's just a small little 30-gallon, you know. So when people say, you know, oh, you got to have all these amazing tools and all that, you don't really have to have them. But I'll tell you what, it sure makes it nice when you got a bigger air compressor than this. You know, luckily, I got the 1/2-inch line. And the 1/2-inch line makes a world of difference. You know, the 3/8 line, junk, get rid of it. 1/2-inch line, can't do it without a 1/2-inch line. You'll be struggling, you know. So, anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and hope you enjoyed this little video. This is what dump truck ownership really looks like. You know, if you want to own your trucks, you make the most amount of your money when you're working on your own stuff instead of paying somebody else to do it. And you will have 100% satisfaction with your own work. You will know when you're doing a good job. You know, when you send your truck to work for somebody, send it to a shop, you really don't know how they're slamming that thing together, right? So they can, you know, I've been lucky a few times. I've had good shops, but there are shops out there that will slam your stuff together. They won't replace the right parts. And then next thing you know, you'll have more downtime and more, you know, expenses. And let me tell you what, it's just peace of mind when you fix it yourself. And it's also better because once you fix things yourself, you know how they work. You know how to check when they're working. And that experience is invaluable. You cannot do without that experience. And that's why I always tell you guys to get an old truck for your first truck. Number one reason, you don't want to go into debt up to your eyeballs in something you have no clue about, right? You've been driving for 10 years. If you have never owned a truck, you got no clue what owning a dump truck is like. You know, you may think that you got mechanical skill. Your mechanical skill probably sucks balls. I'll just be 100% honest with you. You know, I thought I was some hotshot mechanic, you know, until I bought a dump truck. And then I really learned I didn't have a clue what was going on with the heavy truck industry, right? And, you know, so that's one thing. You will be forced to learn how they work. You will recognize good engineering and bad engineering of the products. And, you know, there's just a lot of things you're going to learn when you work on your own trucks. And you'll be able to spot a worn out truck way faster if you know how to work on your own stuff. Once you start working on your own stuff, you can go up to any truck and look at it and say, boom, I know what's wrong with that truck. I can tell you the list of everything. If I go to look at a truck, I don't need to take anybody with me unless it's for the motor and transmission, right? The only thing I really know about motors and transmissions is you check the fluid. If it's at the proper level, good. If it smells like diesel, you got a problem. If it's got excessive blow-by, that's a problem. If there's coolant mixed with the oil, problem. But other than that, if the exhaust is coming out clean, like that's all I really know about motors and transmissions. I'll be 100% honest. I couldn't tell you if, you know, the bottom end was, you know, going out, or, you know, the top end was going out, or needed a valve adjustment, or the injectors were shot. Like, other than, you know, different color smokes tell you different things, you know. But the things that are really, you know, easier for people like us to diagnose, we're not diesel technicians, right? We're just owners, right? So you're not going to know everything about motors. But you can easily learn suspension, drivetrain, brakes, airlines. Wiring is one of those that's really tricky. The troubleshooting, once you learn how to troubleshoot, then you can fix anything, you know, but troubleshooting is very, you know, it's tedious when it comes to electrical. So, you know, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed, you know, everything I showed you. This is my dinner right here. I've hardly even eaten half my dinner because I've been working, you know, on this since like 2 o'clock. I did the driver's side already. Now I'm on the passenger side. I'm almost done. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Don't forget to pound that like button. 7 likes. There's 13. I need 13 likes before you leave. Catch you later.